yeah, not a whole lot to show you about camp. Thought the trumpet plants were pretty cool, especially as thick as they are in here. Here's a trumpet plant. Well, the old timers, prospectors will tell you, if you see trumpet plants, then there's mineralization. So this would be the hanging wall. You see how smooth it is right there? And then over here would be the footwall. So not a very wide area of mineralization. So that was a quick look at the adit going into that little mine there. It's kind of cool inside. We'll take a closer look at it next week, along with a closer look at this cabin coming up here. This is a boxcar cabin. It's pretty well known to the locals, and they take care of it. Some of the off-road enthusiasts do. Anyhow, we'll have a look at that next week. All right, so a little explanation here. One of our sand discs was corrupted, which lost a lot of the video that we had for this video. And we kind of had to make do with what we have. Here we're skirting the edge of Death Valley as we head up the back way into Cerro Gordo. And we'll have some photos of Cerro Gordo up here. Brent wasn't around, so they wouldn't allow us to do any videoing, but we could take all the pictures we wanted. So we took a few pictures, and you can enjoy those here in a little bit. But enjoy this footage driving up the back way. This drive up the back way to Cerro Gordo is fairly interesting. You go from desert to driving through a little bit of the Joshua trees. You'll see them sporadically through here, and then as you climb this backside here, you go into some lower elevation pines and evergreens. And then you'll see here as we get more towards the top, how the vegetation changes and the terrain changes. Just a pretty neat little drive. I'm standing looking down the mountain that I just drove up. You can see some old mining activity over there. It was all marked private property and keep out, so can't go over there, but you can see right there probably an old head frame there, and looks like there might be an adit right there. What I didn't realize at this time was actually at the entrance to Cerro Gordo from the backside, and all of this workings you're seeing here is all part of Cerro Gordo. As a matter of fact, if you see right there, that is actually the waste rock pile at Cerro Gordo. All right, well, we made it up here to Cerro Gordo. We came in through the Death Valley route. We're at the top of the Inyo Mountains, looking down over the Owen Valley. Down there is Owens Lake, which is pretty much dried up now, except for the recent floods have basically filled the lake back up to the point where it's blocked off some of the highways and the access roads that traverse the valley from east to west. Anyways, a little history of Cerro Gordo. Cerro Gordo was the largest silver and lead producer in the nation from about 1867 to 1877. It was a short-lived mining operation. Most of the silver was taken to Los Angeles and is credited with being the reason that Los Angeles even exists is because of the amount of revenue that the Cerro Gordo mine brought to the town. In 1877, lawsuits dropping silver and lead prices and a large fire that destroyed most of the infrastructure inside the main mine caused it to close. And then later on in 1905, it was discovered that a large deposit of zinc was there. So another mining company came in and opened it up and began producing zinc and also reworking some of the old silver and lead tailings. They operated until 1938. And in 1940, the last 10 workers were let go and the mine was closed permanently. In 2018, a group of investors purchased the property for $1.4 million, and with the plans to opening it back up as basically a tourist attraction. Brent Underwood, the current caretaker here, or manager, or whatever you'd like to refer to him as, has a YouTube channel. So we'll leave a link down below for you. But pretty cool. They're doing a lot of restoration here, and they did ask us not to take any videos, so sorry, no video. So we'll have a little slideshow for you here, and you can see some of the sights and attractions here at Cerro Gordo. Bye for now.
So we're looking down into the Owens Valley.
My original plan was to head back down into the Owens Valley into Keeler, which is just a 7-mile drive back down the mountain. But I met this gentleman there who wanted to take this other route that went by some the salt mines tram that hauled salt out of Death Valley up over the top into Owens Valley. Here we come across a spot where there had been kind of a little landslide here, and the ground was pretty unstable. You can't really tell it in the video here, but we spent probably 2 hours here moving material around just to fill in some holes and some stuff that had washed out.
Probably didn't even feel it at all, did you?
No, I mean, yeah.
They always look worse than they are. Now it's my turn.
And I hate doing these in videos because you just can't tell the angle that's there. And this wasn't really that bad, but it looks bad when you first get up on it, and it was a lot worse than this, promise you, before we got out and threw some dirt around and moved some gravel.
Yeah, I think probably that last little bit there is what the rest of it would have felt like.
So right here you can see the main road over to the right. We had to take this alternate route here because the road's washed out up here where you see that evergreen up there almost directly in front of the other Jeep right now. He's driving a newer Jeep, and to get through this part right here you literally had to put your left side of your Jeep up against the tree, and he didn't want to do that, so he went this way.
Holy cow, look at this. Oh. How'd you like to be the guys that built this?
Hell no.
That one tower right down there. Look at that thing.
So here we are at the Death Valley to Owens Lake salt
For the
tram.
buckets?
And this
Yeah.
is the top of the salt tram.
Check
And
this out.
I'll just let you look around here a little bit.
This is amazing.
That chair someone made.
This is amazing. Look at the size of these timbers.
Yeah.
These aren't laminated. This is a solid timber.
Yes. Like I said.
Wow.
Well, think about where they had to get these from, because there's nothing growing out here that's this tall.
Not
that
anymore.
thick. So they're probably harvesting from the Sierra Nevada
Yeah.
and then bringing them all the way over here.
Wow.
Judging from the gears and stuff visible here, this is probably where the motor sat for the tram.
Straight shot all the way down to the lake.
Oh yeah,
you
you can see you can literally see the tower clear down at the bottom there.
Okay, so this was the original cabin, but they stabilized it. So
In next week's video, we'll do a walk through this cabin and a walk through the boxcar cabin that we saw at the beginning of the video. So be sure and watch for those to come out next week. Now you can sit back and enjoy the ride down the hill. There's quite a little trail headed down Coming up here, you can see that tram tower that we were looking at from up at the top. They would put these tram towers at the top of each little hill as they went down the mountain, just enough to keep the ore cars from dragging the side of the hill. Now we've made our way, and this was a mess. As you all know, they had a bunch of flooding in Death Valley and Owens Valley here last summer. And all the roads pretty much were just destroyed that ran east-west as the river going into Owens Valley runs from north to south. It also flooded the highway that goes from Keeler on up north. So we had to go back down to 190, go through Lone Pine, and then go about 25 miles north, catch another blacktop that went across, and then drop back down south to get back to the Reward Mine here. The Reward Mine is pretty well known. A lot of people have been up here. You've seen lots of videos on it. So the next video we'll have a little more footage down here inside the Reward Mine. I actually take the Jeep down as far as I can get it down inside of there. We'll go back and have a look at the mine we looked at the beginning of the video. We'll do the boxcar cabin, and we'll do the cabin there at the tram up there on top. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe. Doesn't cost a dime. Helps me out. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Great waste rock.